Hello everyone, I'm Adam Papagan. Welcome to another episode of There's a Place, the ASMR talk show. The show that feels good to hear. Got a lot to talk about tonight, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of big changes going on here at Dronebox. No, not big changes, minor changes that are positive and going to be good. So we'll talk about all that stuff later. But right up top, I want to tell you another tale of the focus group, Chronicles. So it's no secret if you're a fan of the show. Periodically, I'll do these focus groups, and you go in, some researcher asks you questions because they're trying to, make some product better, a new product, and it could be about anything, but you go in and they're typically looking for people who are like the target customer, the target demographic of who they're trying to sell these products to. However, there's a small loophole that I found that if you're able to kind of answer the questions in the correct way, you can get in a focus group about like any topic. So today I did a focus group about gambling. So I do not gamble. In fact, I'm anti-gambling. I think it's a bad vice. It's one that I understand, but it's just never been appealing to me, why you would just want to lose money like that. But anyway, I had to pretend I was a medium roller, so that's, you're gambling a couple $100 when you're at the tables or whatever. The thing I like about doing the focus groups though is that it's a little bit, there's a little bit of acting involved, or a little improv. You kind of okay, I'm a gambler, and you decide like what decisions you're going to make. So I always kind of get it in my head how I'm going to answer the questions. So I'm sitting in the focus group today, and I'm like, okay, what do I like about going to Vegas and casinos? Like, yeah, I like that there's drinking and smoking, and like you can smoke inside. No, I'm not a smoker, but it's cool that there's a place that they have stuff, and then it's kind of dirty, and it's a contrast to other places. So one woman's like, well, if they're making a new casino, it should definitely be smoke-free. And so I pipe up and I'm like, no, the cigarette smoke is great. You should always allow smoking in cigarettes. But I'm going on and on about how you should have cigarettes in the casino. And then they kind of move on. It occurs to me, I'm not even going to be going to this casino. What do I care if they have smoking or not? It's probably really messing up the research they're trying to do. But, you gotta hustle and drink 3 cups of coffee in the focus group, still feeling it. So, rolled the dice and I won. Folks, my guest tonight is a musician, but he's also an artisan. And we met, we were talking about this before the show, we kind of have similar circles, but we met through the world of our interest in toys, and we're going to talk anyway. I should just bring him out. Please welcome Spencer Pollard. Cool, thanks for coming on the show, Spencer. So we got a lot of stuff we can talk about. We can talk about trash talk and all that kind of stuff. We can talk about, we'll pick up our conversation from before the show about, just whatever. But I want to jump into talking about toys, because you make these custom toys, and I've always been into toys. Before I collected records, it was toys as a kid, and I saw that, I was like, these are modern toys. So how'd you get into making toys? How do you make a toy?
Got into it I guess organically, having always been into toys, being a child of the 80s and early 90s, a lot of cool toys and TV shows about toys came out, so I always had a mild interest, and then being in this state of arrested development that our generation so often finds ourselves in, I kind of found myself back into it, started seeing people making them, decided I wanted to start making them.
When I was a kid, that would have been my dream, to make a toy that I thought of. Is it hard to do? Does technology play a big part in it?
For me, no. It is hard to do, yes. Technology, not so much a big part of it, aside from designing packaging. It's mostly materials, silicones, plastics.
Well, let's show some of these here. You brought one. This is kind of the final product here. We have some stuff in the bag. We'll hold it up here. You did. So you carved the toy inside.
No, this toy inside is actually it's molded from pre-existing pieces of different toys.
Okay.
So this is what's called kitbashed.
Kitbashed.
Where you're taking pre-existing pieces and forming them into a piece that's different parts.
So I'm seeing like a stormtrooper maybe.
This one is actually it's a bootleg toy I found at I don't know if I'm saying it right, Phallus?
Yeah, Phallus pelliculas.
Yeah. C.
It's a department store.
Yeah. From a few toys that I found in there, it was the body, and then the head is from, it's actually molded from a Medicom toy.
Yeah, I've seen this head shape before.
Bear brick.
So you get a bootleg toy and then you make like a mold of it?
Yeah.
The parts. And then the packaging, kit bashing. Do you design all this packaging and stuff too?
Yes, this one's actually a rip of the original Star Wars packaging.
Yeah.
But obviously changed to fit my desires. Not to sound creepy.
So what else do you have here?
This one here is actually sculpted. This one's not kit bashed.
You sculpted. So you're opening this. How do you feel about the opening, not opening thing with action figures?
I was always a big fan of opening and playing with them. So everything I have is opened, new and old. But I understand collecting it and keeping it nice and pristine, but that's why I like these reclosable packages.
This is a great, yeah. 'Cause the packaging is cool. That's kind of what gets you to buy it in the store.
Yeah, that's what grabs you. It's the first thing it's like an album cover.
Yeah, exactly.
And in this case, it is an album cover.
So this is bobblehead.
Yes.
And it actually moves here.
Yeah, that one's got magnets articulating the arms, so the arms actually come off of that one.
Oh,
Same with this other one as well.
This is there were like G.I. Joes and stuff that had this technology with the magnets.
Yeah,
crash test dummy toys.
Yeah, crash test dummies. Yeah, so they would explode when they.
Yeah, it was like a little button. That seems hard to do.
Yeah, that's like a pretty crazy technology, and some of them I think actually had the springs in them too, and the heads would shoot off. Yeah, those were pretty fun.
Yeah. Could you do like Kung Fu grip?
Maybe eventually. I'd have to take apart the parts and see how it worked, and then basically rebuild it back. I don't know if I'm at that level yet.
Yeah. And then there was. Do you have more in the bag?
Oh yeah, I got a bunch in the bag.
Because I think we should. Usually somebody brings stuff on.
It's this guy.
Wow. Okay, this is cool too.
So
this is a stormtrooper head with Mario's body.
Yes,
I'm guessing.
Yes, it is.
And where did you get the Mario?
The Mario is actually, that's a bootleg that I found in the toy district in downtown. I live in downtown, so I take a walk down. There's a toy lady down there, and she has like a bunch of like random bootlegs and old McDonald's toys, and that's where I got the body for that from. And then the head is a Pez dispenser.
Oh.
And then the back sculpted on.
Extra big. Any idea how the bootleggers are making these over in Asia?
Actually, in Asia, they're basically just they're being made the same places that the real ones are being made a lot of the time, if it's like a good bootleg. But
paint them a different color. They already have the molds.
Exactly. It'd be doing the same thing I'm doing, getting one of the original ones and then making a mold and then reproducing it.
I always wonder what that bootleg stuff, does the person who's making the bootleg over in Asia, know what it is they're knocking off?
Yeah.
Like, do they know
have to.
anything about, like, Spider-Man?
They have to some extent. Some places are crazy. I found it at the dollar store. I found a $2, which is kind of a weird thing. But it was called Black Spider-Man, but it was obviously a Venom toy. But the packaging was Black Spider-Man, and so they didn't know what was going on.
And like kind of poor paint job on it.
Yeah.
The bootleg toys as a kid always put me off. They scared me.
Yeah, they were strange to get as a kid, but I think as an adult, I appreciate them to a certain extent as much, like the bad bootlegs as well.
This one here has got, this is like a zine or something you did?
Yeah, this is a, you can open this up. It's a little story, these characters. It's a Mono and Cap. They're best friends. Mono is a monkey.
Oh wow, full color. This is, I'd say, for something that you make yourself here, this is very high quality.
Thanks, man.
Do you send away to like, did you get these, you have like a printer that prints up this stuff?
I printed these at home.
Like this cardboard.
This one here, this cardstock is printed at Kinko's. This one was printed at, okay, these are done at Kinko's. One of these is done at home. These are all done at home. This is like one of the, remember the old Muscle Men? The flesh?
Yes.
That's like a bashed one of those with arms removed and molded, but it's to represent Cap from the story.
And then you have a pet one, oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's a few more.
See, this is fun going through all of them because a fun thing about toys is that like you just keep getting more and looking at, it's like records. So this is
my friend Ray's dog.
Okay.
Capone.
Mixed with dice.
Yeah, I figured it was kind of fitting.
So you got it over here. And then like a blaxploitation.
This is
film.
No, this is actually from the film Capone.
Oh, okay. It was. I thought it was like Cotton Comes to Harlem or like one of those.
Yeah,
the Mac or somebody.
Looks like.
With the white.
Yeah, absolutely. But
no, it is Capone.
Kind of
the dog.
funkified it with the colors and some saturation stuff. Added a little dog in there.
And this is based on a real dog.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of these custom pet ones for people?
I've done a few. I've done a few. I've got one here that I did for my dog.
Whoa.
That one's kind of fun.
Pet art, Cody the dog.
Yeah, Cody the White Boston.
Is this actually him right
Yeah,
now?
that's him right there.
Did you take him to a photo studio or something?
Yeah, I had a photo book made for my girlfriend last Christmas. And
of pictures of the dog.
Yeah, pictures of the dog. So ones we had just from our phones, and then some that I had taken.
So you had a nice photo of the dog ready to go.
Oh yeah, I've got a few. Modern dog.
Could you make a dog toy?
That was one of the initial
rubber?
ideas, like that kind of fueled thinking about it. The rubber companies that I've contacted that make dog toy grade rubber don't want to send anything because I'm not a large company and they don't want to have their products associated with a lawsuit, which is completely understandable.
Yeah, I assume there's like, this is one of those hobbies where there's like, to make it to the jump to do like actual to professional quality, there's some like industrial barriers there.
Yeah, absolutely. Rightly so.
What were your favorite toys as a kid?
Definitely Ninja Turtles. Like
they had a lot.
So many, and there was so many waves of them. Like, and then they started becoming like motorized, and they would come out with swimming ones and ones that would throw footballs. And
which of the Ninja Turtles toys, like the series or whatever, which turtle of what series did you have? Like my Raphael was the space one.
Oh, I had like a bunch of them. The space one was really cool with him in the full suit.
Yeah, did you have Raphael though? Or did you have, because they had little variations, and I would have like one from each series.
Yeah, I don't recall what's in the suit. I think it might have only been the Raphael in the suit. I did have I think he's called Tossin Leo, but he's like
with the pizza out of his chest?
No, it's him throwing the football with like
the
spring-loaded arm.
Yeah.
I did have the pizza shooter. That I was thinking was pretty cool. It was really tough to find the pieces afterwards.
Yeah. And the side characters.
Oh yeah.
All really...
Fugitoid is really cool.
Mm-hmm. And the brain guy, Krang?
Yeah, Krang. And the brain, what was the rabbit's name? I want to say Bucky O'Hare, but I think that was a different cartoon.
I had one with the rabbit, the ninja rabbit, and then he became a robot.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind. It was a robot rabbit, man. It was like so cool.
Yeah, and then when they did the Turtles in Time, it's like when that generation of Turtles, the toys came around, there was them in with like the samurai costumes.
Yeah, I had that one. I had the blue Donatello.
Leonardo.
Leonardo, that's right.
Yeah, super cool.
I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys, but I don't think I really care for the storyline at all or anything. The toys really carry a lot.
Yeah. Of
the enjoyment of that franchise for me.
I could see that.
Do you? I disagree.
I disagree. I loved the. I don't know if I could agree or disagree with that because that's your opinion. But for me, I love
share the same opinion.
I love the series. I love the
live action movies. Do you like?
Yeah, to a certain point. The new ones not so much with like Megan Fox and the whole Michael Bay style stuff.
The video game was good.
Yeah, there's great games on NES especially. Where you can play up above ground. You're kind of just going from manhole cover to manhole cover, and then you drop down, and it's side-scrolling fun.
The term for that is called toyetic.
Toyetic?
Toyetic, where a story, like a TV show or a movie or a video game or whatever, could lend itself to becoming toys.
Okay. I mean, that was like the generation, because you're around the same age, right?
Probably.
That was like most of the TV series. It was like spin-offs of successful toy franchises, or vice versa, like Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Oh, yeah.
Street Sharks.
Street Sharks.
Biker Mice from Mars.
The toys came out before the show did.
Yeah, it's like,
the show
cool?
was, I guess by that metrics, the Ninja Turtles are great. The highest that's
yeah, they started
Emmy winning.
They're the Osiris of the toyetic franchises.
Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Yeah, do you remember that one?
Yeah, they lived on they were cowmen, and they lived on a space. The Biker Mice from Mars, SWAT Cats didn't have toys.
SWAT Cats didn't have toys, but that was a little bit later. That was Cartoon Network. That was really fun though.
Yeah.
And like the F1, the Tomcat.
They had toys, but they weren't popular.
Yeah. I think they might have had like maybe some McDonald's toys at some point for like, what is that, Happy Meal?
When you were a kid, how would you get toys? Because Christmas, birthday, whatever. But as a collector, a budding collector, I had to find ways to like get to the store and stuff.
Yeah, my grandma, Merm, used to love to take us to Target. That was her way of like kind of tiring us out, running us around the store. And then she would go to the mall that was nearby and pay her Mervin's credit card bill and do all of her mall errands, and then take us to Target if we were good, and we'd get a toy, which, you know, a Ninja Turtle toy was like, $5-6.
Yeah, they're more expensive now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was, you get a toy, every couple months if you maintained being good, got good grades or something.
It was just kind of, you associated toeing the line, what you get like a little reward. Did they have KB toys where you?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever hit up the 3 for $10 discount bin at KB Toys?
I don't recall, but I would imagine it would have had to.
They had great stuff. It was all like the clearance stuff, and you could dig way, way down. It was just like a big, like it seemed giant as a kid, but it was probably like 3 feet by 3 feet, like cube, like a basket, and you could dig all the way down, and you might find like Iron Man or somebody like that. Not like Like Samurai Iron Man,
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly.
one of those.
Blue Iron Man.
But 3 for $10.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Kid could get $10. That's a reasonable amount of money for a kid to earn.
Absolutely. I do something kind of like that at Walgreens, at the Walgreens near my house. I always go in there to check the toy section out, and a lot of times they'll put some on sale, but they'll put like the Marvel Legends series on like a weird like DC multiverse thing that they're not selling, and they'll put like a crazy discount, but they'll have them on the wrong rack. So you're buying this like $16, $17, $23 toy for like $6. So that's kind of cool.
You still buy toys?
Yeah, mostly now to, yeah, mostly to make other stuff or to see how it's working, but
Research.
yeah, market research.
But you're not playing with them anymore.
Sometimes, a little bit. I like to put them in my amp when we play and like see who wins. Like I'll put like Jesus versus like dinosaurs, or dinosaurs versus like a German army force, and then like as the set goes on, it rumbles and
one falls over.
yeah, the battle ensues.
Well, that's as good a way to get into it as any. So, your band, Trash Talk, your logo is an upside down peace sign.
It is.
But you're making toys. Do you think there's any kind of contradiction there? Do you think it fits in?
Yeah, man, you gotta have positive and negative flow. You can't just be all one thing all the time. And I think the rest of the guys in the band are pretty. Actually, I know the rest of the guys in the band are really chill off the stage. So it becomes part of the, you're a performer and it becomes part of it. But I mean, seeing your set and stuff and people go nuts and everything like that, I wouldn't expect you to be like, wow, what a great tour. Better get back to the toy factory. Yeah, gotta go back
workshop.
Paint some pink. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good way to get away from it, I guess, to kind of like get back to a quiet place.
How long has Trash Talk been together? 9 years, maybe?
A little over 10, I think.
Wow.
I think this is year 11.
Trash Talk was the first band of like people I kind of knew of or whatever to go on tour, and like a lot of touring and stuff.
Yeah. I think Sam was still in high school, right?
Yeah, right. How did you get the idea to go on tour? Because that's where I first found out that you could just do it. Not just do it, but like it was doable.
You can kind of just do it if you're like willing to like either lose a lot of money or do weird stuff to survive on tour.
Yeah.
The first time that we really just kind of did it was with a previous band that I was in the Northwest, and we just kind of went, had a few contacts in places, and hit the road in a cargo van and just kind of did it. And then I had another band that did a tour, 2 tours that was a little more serious. And then when I moved back to California, it was like right as Trash Talk was we just kind of started like kind of organically, and then it was just hop in whatever car we had.
And this was what you were still really, this was like, you're still probably in your teens when you were doing this.
Yeah,
right?
I think I was 19.
And so the music was very, you have that youthful kind of thing now. How do you keep, after 11 years, how do you keep that like energy going? Because like if you listen to like other genres of music, when the guy starts to get older, that's when he starts doing the like loopy guitar solos. Like when you're young, it's like, and then it's so how do you keep the like energy going?
I don't know. It's what comes out. That's what it's fun to do. I mean, it's just what makes sense. I don't know.
You threw a bottle at a drone airplane. That was your big foray into controversy.
Yeah, that was my stance against technology at shows.
What? Somebody was just flying a drone inside?
Yeah, it was a show, and obviously and there was a guy that was just flying this drone around and up and down and up and down and up and down. And our friend had, before the set, had been talking on and on about drones and his conspiracy theories about drones. And so in my mind, this is the funniest thing to do, is to grab this water bottle that I've got and try to hit it. And I missed the first time, and I thought it would still be funny, so I threw it the second time. And I still thought it would be funny, so I threw it the third time, and I thought it was so funny.
And the third time you hit it?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
The drone operator should have seen this coming.
Should have ducked out.
Yeah.
I think it was a challenge.
Is there footage from the drone of it getting hit with the bomb?
Yeah.
Man, you should have sent that to America's Funniest Home Videos or Whacked Out Videos.
I think now it has to get sent to what's Rob Dyrdek's show?
Ridiculousness?
Yeah, I think that's who's doing the America's Funniest Home Videos thing now, or True TV.
It's too easy these days. Everybody has a camera with them.
Exactly.
I miss the old days.
Too much source material.
Yeah. Do your musical influences and your toy influences kind of come from the same place?
Yeah. I guess if you, in a broad sense, from my formative years, I guess.
What about trash talk toys? Have you guys talked about that?
We haven't talked about that as a band, but I may or may not have started to mock up some things.
This would be like, do you remember the Kiss action figures? Kiss had dolls and stuff.
Yeah, they had a full line of stuff.
Would you go like,
I don't think I would.
Realistic with it, or would you do like?
I don't know. I don't think I would do any of the cloth clothing stuff. Maybe some gear or something would be kind of cool. Do gear before figures. I feel like it's a bit weird and somewhat narcissistic to do a toy of myself to a certain extent. But at the same time, it's pretty fun, and who doesn't want to be an action figure?
Yeah. I like getting it made of yourself is kind of weird, but if somebody else commissions it, what an honor.
Yeah.
I had a Independence Day action figure of Jeff Goldblum and a Jurassic Park action figure of Jeff Goldblum.
Do they look the same?
No.
Awesome.
The Jurassic Park one looked a lot more like him. It was kind of more slender or whatever. And the Independence Day one, he was like kind of like buff. They probably was the body of something else. They just threw it together.
Yeah, they kitbashed it.
Jurassic Park had good toys.
Yeah, Jurassic Park had great toys because they had, like, obviously the dinosaurs and the people, and they had different scales for the dinosaurs. So you'd have like a huge T-Rex and like a cool play set, as well as a vehicle, and obviously you're not buff Jeff Goldblum.
The vehicle and the play set. Glad that you brought that up. Could you make those? Have you thought about that? That's like
some next level stuff.
Yeah, as a kid, if you had like a vehicle or a playset for your thing, that was like, you were really like collecting. You're really playing with your toys.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe you have like some buddies that are playing toys, or like your like a really like grandma with like a wrought iron gate around her pool or something that's like buying you the playset for Christmas.
Would you play with all of your toys together? Like make up little, like fan fiction, like
Absolutely.
Ninja Turtle guy's gonna come. I wish I remembered, like what I was making the toys do.
You know what your plot lines were?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be neat. I have no idea. It would be probably just like replaying conversations from school in your head. It's like, no, you are.
I think we need to start playing with toys again. Get them all together. Do you still have any of your old toys?
I've got some. When we were getting older, my mom would make us get rid of toys,
and because we had like toy boxes just full of like stuff, and she would always, yeah, we'd always have to get rid of stuff. So not as many as I'd like to have. I know there's a bunch of like boxes of Hot Wheels that she thought would be collector's items later that she had as keep. Some of them were my dad's.
Collecting toys. That was all, as I got older, that's where your mind starts to go. As you're getting older, you're like, well, I can't play with these forever, but they might be worth something someday.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of toys that I would keep in the box. Weren't worth anything. A year later, I should have been playing with them.
Keep your McDonald's toys in the bag.
You done with McDonald's toys? You're into those?
Yeah, there's some really cool ones. Burger King actually had some really strong toys in the 90s. There's a Dracula that pops out of a pink coffin.
They had a Universal horror series around Halloween.
That's it.
I remember there was a Wolfman one that you would turn it. That was really elaborate.
Yeah, and the figures were great because they would come off of their little apparatus, and then
that was always like the best, when a McDonald's toy would kind of resemble a real action figure. Like the parts would move and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And they could that's how you know a good toy, when a McDonald's toy would make it in to like hanging out with like the Kenner stuff.
He made it. That's like that's what Toy Story is about. That's Buzz Lightyear coming in and like finding a place with the pre-existing toy hierarchy.
Ironically, the Toy Story toys, not good.
Yeah, it was weird. They tried to do too much. Like Woody was like part plush toy, part plastic, boot.
The toys with the plastic head on the cloth, those were the worst.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
It would get really gross, and sometimes other kids or whatever, you get hit with the plastic. It's hard.
Yeah, I think I saw those used as weapons more than played with. Because they had didn't they have some of the wrestling ones that you could like supposed to be able to wrestle with and do moves with, had the plastic heads? So obviously
the face part was plastic.
Yeah. Those lend themselves to being toys or being weapons.
The wrestling buddy, though, you ever have that?
No.
It was like a weird pillow of like Hulk Hogan or Randy Savage or one of these guys. And you were supposed to like roll around with them. I wish I still had mine.
Oh, you had wrestling buddy.
Only Hulk Hogan, which now looking back on it, it's like, that creep, like, it's terrible.
I would wrestle you in your bed, kid.
They shouldn't do toys of real people, because the character is infallible. Like a stormtrooper or even like a dog. It's like, it's just a dog.
Yeah.
But like I have an OJ doll, like a real OJ doll. I think we were talking about that.
That's cool though. Like, who doesn't want an OJ doll?
Yeah, they go for a lot. That did become collectibles. So there you go.
Yeah, it's strange how things find themselves becoming collectibles for random reasons.
It's anytime you can attach some kind of extra meaning to it, that's when it really starts to get cool. And speaking of which, I just wanted to pull this out here because I was curious about this. These Bronco trading cards here.
Yeah.
This looks like the OJ rookie card. That's what you obviously modeled it off of.
Yeah. I thought those are mocked up to go with some vehicles that we actually talked about before.
Yeah, you did it was a one-off like white Bronco Hot Wheels.
Yeah, in a starting 1994 starting lineup, or 95 starting lineup package, just mocked up to basically be like the Broncos' uniform.
Yeah, it was cool. I hit you up to trade for it, and somebody else grabbed it. Did you get a lot of interest in that one?
Yeah, there was a lot of people that hit me up about it and wanting it, and then this guy came in and swooped it up out of nowhere.
I see them on eBay, other like fake Hot Wheels of the Bronco and stuff.
Really?
None of them look enough like it though.
Yeah, it's because that actual Bronco, it's not a very desirable Bronco to have. It's not like a cool swamper tire or like military.
Oh yeah, as a toy? No way.
Yeah, so there's not really like a push for Hot Wheels to have made that here. So you got to kind of do some stuff. You got to sculpt on it a little bit and kind of make it happen.
What? When you think about any possible toy that could be out there, what do you think is missing? What would be like the ultimate toy for you to make? Like the Bronco, obviously.
Yeah, the Bronco is cool.
I guess you're making them already.
Yeah, there's kind of when I come up with ideas, I try to start putting them into work a little bit. Like we talked about earlier about the drone incident. I'm sculpting it's a drone destroyer that's on like a miniature bottle, and it's got like a face with beer, like you were saying. It's kind of weird to do a sculpt or like do like a toy yourself, but that's kind of loosely based on it with weaponized backpack. And
this is like a horror movie where you're gonna become the toy. You're gonna like man.
Yeah, Toys That Kill. You ever see that one?
Toys That No.
It's great.
I can imagine exactly what it was about.
Or
Small Soldiers.
Yeah, Small Soldiers is great. Demonic Toys. You ever see that horror film?
No.
It's pretty
These
bad.
are all about that
really
Chucky.
bad. Yeah. Great films. Scary when you're
Indian in the Cupboard.
Indian in the Cupboard? I don't know why that kid
Nutcracker.
wasn't terrified. Like, that's pretty fucking scary.
The best part of Indian in the Cupboard was when he put his real toys in there and like Darth Vader came to life for like a second.
Yeah.
Why wasn't the whole movie like that?
Exactly. It would have been much better. They need to redo that. Disney needs to do that.
Make it like grittier.
Yeah, the Native American in the cupboard, or the indigenous person in the cupboard.
The indigenous person in the cupboard. Like, it's got that. Spencer, where can people buy these toys? Can they buy these toys?
Yeah, they are available through a big cartel that I've got. It's dogmantoys.bigcartel.com.
Dogman, where's the Dogman, because you were doing the pets first? Is that where the name came from, Dogman?
No, it's actually, I've got a great uncle that was known as the Dogman in his neighborhood in Oklahoma, and
Like he was like kind of ugly? Like, what do you mean?
he kind of stocked his property and had a bunch of land with a bunch of like old refrigerators and cars and trucks, and kind of just drank his way around the day and night, and he was kind of a gruff fellow, but wrote a song about him and always liked it and kept it because of the dog, and it was kind of, everything kind of seemed to tie in.
Passing the Dogman on. And then where can people, you're going on tour pretty soon, Trash Talk's going on tour, and your music is available through all of the normal outlets.
Yeah.
The music is available on.
Yeah, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, if you want to just
And
listen.
the toys. Yeah, you can just find it, like Google.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of becoming an irrelevant question.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's it? Just look on Google if you wonder.
Yeah, just Google it out.
Well, this was cool. Spencer, thank you for coming on the show. For all of you there. Something new to announce, and we'll put this, if you're watching on YouTube, we'll put some of these after this, but we're going to start doing ads on the show on There's a Place and Drumbox 2. $5 a month. We'll make a commercial and we'll just put it on. It'll be something. So we'll find ways for those to come out. But if you're watching this, if you can hear my voice and you want a commercial to air on this show about any topic at all, it could be your project, your band, your toy company, it could be a marriage proposal, anything, we'll whip something up. $5, you really have nothing to lose. So, look forward to all of that. But again, Spencer, thank you so much for coming on the show. I think we should go play with these toys, actually.
Yeah.
I got my Darth Vader in the car, so we'll go grab that. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, this is Adam Papagan reminding you that there's a place you can go, and it's your mind. Good night.
I am Mike Tyson, a professional fighter. You can keep drugs out of your life and knock them out of society by saying no. Say no to drugs.
My business is putting people on the highway, and we certainly don't need any more drinking drivers than we already have. I'm going to vote no.
My sister 6 years ago was critically injured in an automobile accident to the cause of a drunk driver on the road.
I'm opposed to liquor by the drink because I've lived in Atlanta, and I don't want a bar on every street corner in our town, so I'm going to vote no.
That's going to increase drunken drivers in the city, and it's unsafe. I'm just going to vote no against liquor by the drink.